Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Cheat Codes for Women in Games International, aka Wiggy. I'm your host, TaSh, and if you can't tell by my voice, I am a little bit hoarse. I just got back from GDC, and in addition to all the GDC networking and events, I got to sit down with over 20 women who are leading the charge in the gaming world. The leaders I got to speak to were just people who make things happen. Now, to be fully transparent, I went into this with a little bit of an agenda. I wanted to get on my soapbox and shout, is anyone even listening to women in this industry? But what I came away with was something different, and it was something way more powerful. It was the sheer force of community. Now, time was super tight leading up to GDC, and Tina Murrey, co-founder at Simply Sweet Games, just stepped up. She really pulled together this incredible group, and she was there for the recordings, and honestly, just being in that space with everyone really filled my cup. Everyone knew that I had this dream of recording at GDC, and the response was this overwhelming, how can I help? And considering that this GDC celebrates 20 years of Women in Games International, that very spirit of community felt so significant. Now, to give you some context, the gaming industry, like any space, has its warts. There are some real imbalances that we need to keep pushing against. It's wild that only 3% of VC funding goes to women, and that's across the board. That's not just games. The industry is still largely white and male, and to put it plainly, women and non-binary developers make up about 32% of game devs. That's up. So it was 29% last year, and the year before that, it was 24%. So that's a marked improvement, but men still make up about 2/3, or 66% of devs. And when you look at how studios are structured, most developers, about 59%, are either solo or working at studios where they are the primary developer. So against that backdrop, it felt really important to amplify these leaders. They're building their own paths, and often without the same level of support. I think what really resonated with me was the way they uplifted each other. Everyone I spoke to really had like a powerful display of community over competition. And I believe that that's the kind of energy that can really shift things in this industry. So let's hear from some of the voices I had the privilege of recording. Hi, everyone. It's me, TaSh, and I'm here at day one of GDC. I'm presently sitting outside waiting to talk to some amazing women in this games industry. I've been doing Wiggy events all day. I've had the pleasure of being with our amazing mentees who are just phenomenal in meeting people and connecting with other people. So the purpose of this episode is to connect with the women in the industry who are game changers. They are movers and shakers in this industry, and I would love for you to hear more about what they're working on and what they wish they knew before they started.
Hi, I'm Em. I am co-founder of Gecko and founder of Atlas Studios, as well as on the board of a non-profit called Co-Coven. My passion is, or my mission really, is to pave the way for other folks who might look like me or come from the same background as me, and give them a chance and an opportunity to work in this industry and make money in this industry, and really try and lift them up as well, because my experience personally was quite challenging. Like, I fell into the industry. I think so many people, regardless of gender or ethnicity, also had the same sort of experience of, oh, we've just landed in games. But I think there's so much more that we can do to bring people into it consciously. give them the right tools, the right expertise and guidance really in how to break through and make a sustainable business. And what I would really like to see is more female founders in the industry, more money going to female founders. I'll answer both because I'm passionate about both. To support me, give us money, basically. Give female founders or, co-founders the cash in the first place. The stats between equity funded is so poor, especially in the UK. It's something like 1.8% of VC funding or any equity funding goes towards female founders. Mixed founders is still poor. It's like 7%. And there's a huge opportunity for the taking there. You're leaving so many options out there and investing in the same things that you keep doing, that's not getting the same return. So I think it's not just the moral case. I think there's a bottom line for a lot of investors. But there's some folks who are doing really good work out there. Bibby from PlayCap, she's got the female investor group. They are doing some incredible things. And really that's like where we can start. Females investing in females and then hopefully paving the way for more. And then in terms of, what was the other question? Sorry, it was network. I wish that's the thing that has helped me out most in my career so far. If it wasn't for the people, whether that's males in the industries or females or anyone else, if it wasn't for their support and their furthering for my career, I would not be in this industry full stop, let alone be in the position where I am now. And it took me a while to realize the importance of network, but go to the events, get out of your comfort zone. So many people have been in that position before and it's really hard sometimes, especially if you're out traveling. Like, for instance, I'm pretty much here alone in San Francisco and it's, you really have to force yourself sometimes, but just be in the room because you never know what's going to come from it. And even if it feels like a big investment for your company, like there was my first ever GDC, I got no deal signed at all. But the one person I met there ended up funding the company that I'm now running. And that's like 3 years later. So those connections and that network can really pay off. You just, put yourself out there.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Hi, my name is Carina. I am the Chief Product Officer at Simply Sweet Games. Our mission is to revolutionize gaming and becoming a global household name because representation matters, not just in who plays the game, but also in who creates the game. Women can innovate in the space just as well as anyone else. I wish I had known that sooner. I wish I had known there was support out there for us. Not more, there should be more support. But there are mentors out there who can assist. Yeah, we're going to go into an echo chamber here. The industry had to support us by giving us money, doing the right thing. So it's not just good for a social impact, but it's also the right business choice. Before I started in video games, I wish I knew how difficult this road would be and how lonely it can be as a studio founder, asking for money from people that don't usually look like me. That can be a challenge. Using my voice in a crowded room, I wish I knew how difficult entertainment was, period.
Hi, I'm Jessica Flor, and I'm the founder and creative director of Hexwave Studios. My mission is really to help elevate underrepresented voices in this industry. I currently work as a brand designer, helping brands build their visual identity so that they can be better seen and respected. And I'm really trying to focus my best on women-funded studios because I think that they deserve the most help and deserve the most visibility right now. I wish I did a better job finding my people because there's so many groups out there that you'll feel a little bit like the odd one out and you're always trying to prove yourself. But if you look hard enough, there's always going to be a corner where you'll see more people like you. And it's so helpful to have that support network when you're having a harder time. I think that the industry right now, I guess in a positive note, I really do think that this is going to be a year that small studios and especially female-run studios are going to have a huge revolution. We'll be seeing so many new games. So I think that maybe just be more conscious of who's developing your games and how you're spending your money when you're gaming. Because even if VCs aren't going to fund companies, I think that we can all take a step towards looking at more women-based games and making sure that we're supporting them all the time.
So, hello, I'm Alina van Oosten. I'm a teacher and a coach and a mentor at different schools. I also interview indie devs about their journey, and I really like to share those stories about the rough diamonds, basically in the dirt, and this can be anyone that has struggles in their life. I think you learn every single time for every single person. I've traveled a lot when I was young already. I was very privileged to go on exchange when I was 17. That really changed my vision of life. But even going to events, meeting people from all around, this tells us that we are all human beings and having so many amazing things to share with each other. And at the core, we are all human beings and we just want to be cared for and sharing stories that we love. So I'm a teacher, so I always try to see the potential in my students, even if they don't want to make games. It's just really important that people do what they love. And also the people that I interview, I really try to interview the people that are doing something that is very remarkable, because most people will say like, don't do it. And I think it's very cool if people, even though they hear everyone saying all the time, don't do it, they still go for it. So that is basically the stories that I want to get out there.
Hi, I'm Tina Murrey, CEO of Simply Sweet Games. I really just want to say how incredibly grateful I am to be part of this initiative to amplify voices of women in this industry. I'm grateful for TaSh and all of these brave women for sharing their stories. Representation matters. Sustainability in gaming matters. More than half of women are gamers. Let's make sure we're serving that audience properly and beautifully and make games that everyone can feel like they belong in. Thank you, TaSh.
Hi, my name is Murrey. I'm the product owner of Disney Heroes Battle Mode, which is a mobile hero collector RPG, which is celebrating its 7th anniversary this May. My mission is to let the next generation of girls and women know that they have a place in games, because right now we do see that women are underrepresented in the games industry. And I think a very big part of helping those numbers shift is by helping girls learn that they can also have their voices uplifted in games, and they have a community that's... I wish that I knew that you don't have to be a programmer to have a career in games. I have a very unconventional journey into the industry. I got my degree in economics. I still love economics, and I never thought I would work in games, not just because it's male dominated, but also because I never saw myself to be a programmer. And then the studio that I work for, Blue, took a chance with me with my background and saw that I would be a perfect fit for live ops and product management. So they hired me a year after college, and I've been thriving ever since. I really love my job, and I really love the people that I work with. I think the industry could better serve girls and women like me by having more opportunities for internships or mentorship, and really taking a step forward to help girls in early stages of their life as students to see like, these are the different career paths in games. Like myself, it doesn't have to be programming. It can be in art, it can be in product management, can be in monetization, strategy. There's so many different facets of games that you can see yourself be a part of. And I really hope to see more studios or individuals doing that outreach and working with students to help them grow into professionals in the future.
Hi, I'm Terry Redfield, CEO of Wicked Fox Games, and I'm here to talk to the wonderful TaSh about myself. My passion is to build a safe place where I can build up a fund and help fund other women and other people of color where maybe big funds wouldn't. So I have to build myself up to help others, kind of like making sure you put your own mask on so you can put the mask on your loved ones. That's kind of what I'm trying to do. That's a good one. What I wish I knew. A lot of things, but I think primarily learn how to ask for what you need directly with your chest, you know what I mean? And, don't be afraid to do that, because, there's a lot of people out there that want to help you, and they often will give, and they'll have the same issue as you, but you won't know until you ask. I would say encouraging more women to take positions of power. I'd say in corporations, EPs, GMs, women who run like a publishing group who can make decisions that aren't biased or check for bias, right? If you have obviously a diverse team is the best, but having more of a balanced, I'd say, executive team, and also in startups and in funds, like venture capital funds, having more partners that are women, like, shout out to Play Ventures and also Makers, who have very strong women in like partner positions and who run events for women. So just more of that, I think. To my wonderful team at Wicked Fox Games, who have been bootstrapping a game to meet our mission for almost a year now, and chasing the same dream that I have. So shout out to all my team members.
Hey, my name is Carmen DeMint. I am the Senior Talent Acquisition Recruiter / Partnership Coordinator over at Shell Games. You may have seen my face more than once. I am so happy to be a part of this, and I know we got questions, so let's get into it.
What is your mission?
My mission is to leave the world a better place than I came into it. I am a staunch advocate for neurodiversity, equity, inclusion, and diversity. I am a BIPOC representative, old school, if you know, you know, and I enjoy games like everybody else, and I want everybody to enjoy it as who they are and meet them where they are. Wow, that's a loaded question. Wow, what I wish I knew when I started. I wish I knew that it was okay to be in this industry and not need others' approval. I wish I knew that it's okay not to see others who look like me and not allow me to succeed. Which is why when I meet someone, I am kind. When I meet someone, I look them in the eye. When I meet someone, I say what I mean and I mean what I said. I think the industry could do better by not gatekeeping. I think the industry could do better by allowing others to be non-compartmentalized and be free in who they are. I think that in this industry, as we see, people are colorful, people are bright, people are wanting to be their authentic self. And if they're stifled in that way, how can they be creatives? And I also can say that creatives come in all flavors, all sizes, and delightful individuals. And in saying that, you don't have to be a developer, as in an engineer, to be a creative in this industry. You can be in marketing, you can be in QA, you can be in HR. But I will say this industry is hard, and you need to have your circle. You need to have your circle of trust and those people that you can talk to when it becomes hard, because it's never going to be easy for us. There's always going to be something that will make you feel a certain kind of way about yourself. But those people that you have in your circle are there for a reason. So don't hold that all in. It's not worth it.
Hi, I'm Arutyunyan, and I'm the general manager at Counterpunch, a virtuous studio. Our mission is to make games better together. Personal mission in the industry is to make sure that women are heard, and they always have a seat at the table. Before I started in this industry, I wish I knew to have thicker skin in the beginning. I wish I knew that you can speak up, and I wish I knew that you don't have to follow direction. I know that now, but I wish I knew it then. I really think that having someone to look up to is really important. I don't want to age myself, but when I started out, that wasn't as easy to find. And I think that women in the industry can step up and be someone that somebody starting out can look up to and give them this kind of advice early on so that it doesn't take, decades to learn this.
Hi, I'm Jess. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Wicked Saint Studios, and it is our mission to embolden and empower the next generation to build a better world and to live a happier life. Man, what do I wish I knew before I started? So this is really hard. Creating a company is really hard. Making money is really hard. Getting a really fun game, it's all really hard. And part of me is kind of happy that people told me it's hard, but I didn't know how hard it was, because it's been such an incredible journey. I've learned so much along the way. I'm kind of glad I didn't know how impossible and hard it was to do some of these things, because I think it just allowed us to go out audaciously and just shoot for the stars, raise the money, and be able to do it. I think sometimes when you think things aren't possible or too hard or someone hasn't done it before, sometimes it's really intimidating. And so sometimes I think the ignorance was kind of nice in my situation. I think one of the things I do wish that I knew is just what an amazing community there is within people of color and women and other underrepresented groups within the space of gaming. I wasn't really aware of all the groups, and more I'm getting connected to them, and they're just the most incredible champions and amazing people, and they just want to help and just want to support. And I think that community is amazing, and I wish I was even more plugged into that community early on when I was first getting started. I used to train young activists and movement leaders all around the world, from Burundi, Nigeria, Colombia, Myanmar, all over, in strategic storytelling to shift attitudes and behavior. And stories are such a powerful tool because people don't change their behavior based on giving them information. It happens through experiences, and stories are a really powerful way that you can experience something that you might never have a chance to. And now with interactive stories, it's at a whole nother level, because you're not just having a vicarious experience. You are the main character. You get to decide how to respond in different situations, and then you experience the consequences of your decisions, but in a fun, safe space. And so that's what our game is. It's an interactive story game with real-world quests that you actually do in real life. So we give you small bite-sized ways. So you get to practice dealing with all the stuff in the world within a super fun interactive story game, and then we give you small bite-sized ways to apply it to your real life, and so that you actually go out and change your reality and change the world. And so I think interactive story games are super powerful, but I'm biased.
My name is Kretshmer, and I'm a studio manager at IO Interactive. My mission right now is probably different, across the years. It changes. Right now, my mission is bringing AAA gaming to Turkey because we opened a studio in Turkey and I'm the studio manager in Istanbul. I think mentorship is very important, which is one of the reasons why, I came here, and I'm very happy that you do this podcast with us, or this video podcast, because I think we need to support each other better as women. Right? And sometimes we know they're out there, but we don't know how to find them and how to connect. Oh, that's a good one. What did I wish for, or wish I knew now before I started? I think so when I started, and I started while choosing to study animation game as well. And there were people in my life, actually, they were quite close to me that said, animation and game, really? You have to learn some programming basics. That's not for you, right? Couple years later, they told me that they were actually just jealous that I had the opportunity to study what they are passionate about. So I think these are kind of the moments where I wish I knew that sometimes people try to stop you, but for other reasons that you might think. So I think, instead of people trying to talk you down, it's really just, they just want that same opportunity.
Follow your dream.
Exactly. And that's what I did as well. And I think this is what I want to pay forward and give to people as well.
Hello, my name is Catherine, and I am the VP of Technology at Ludia. We make mobile games. So yeah, my mission. That's a very deep question that you're asking there. But I would say that at this point in my career, I'm the one doing the hiring and setting the culture. And it's the more I learn about leading teams, the more I see the value in having diverse points of view and getting feedback from people that have different viewpoints. So I would say that right now, on a personal level, aside from making games and making good tech and all of that, if I was to be talking about my personal mission at work right now, it is to kind of foster more and more of that culture in my own company.
I love that.
Thank you.
What do you wish you knew before you started?
Oh, that's a good question. I would say it's very, very easy to default to thinking that people have bad intentions. And of course, if you're working in a company where culture is crap, where people are mean, just run away from there. Don't try to change it. Give up on those people and find good people to surround you. Once you've surrounded yourself with good people can still be jerks. We are all assholes from time to time. So we need to be able to find ways to extend grace to one another. So I would say I used to be very quick at thinking that this came from bad intentions. And I started thinking, well, maybe right now that person didn't know better. Or maybe even it's just a bad day, or I don't understand their thought process. And because anger is a very expensive emotion, it takes up so much of your energy, and we don't have time, and we don't have to expend that energy on that. Expend your energy on things that are productive. And now that I've integrated those notions, I'm now trying to propagate them in my team when I'm talking to people, when I'm talking to my employees, and I hope it's making a difference.
I feel like just listening to you talk about empathy, essentially, how does that help you form teams?
I think the important part is trying to help people find a common ground between one another, because I do value diverse viewpoints. Of course, I'm surrounded by engineers, and most of our backgrounds is going to school or computer engineering. That's what most of us do. I do try to find people who may not have that background or who may not come from the games industry, helping those people find those connections together and extending that grace to one another and saying, this one, they may not be as good as you when it comes to this or that, but have you noticed what else they do? How can we make sure that 1 + 1 = 3, right? So yes, I think that empathy, when people are starting to really see how powerful it can be to make those connections with people who are different from you, it becomes very powerful.
Hi, my name is Toni Phillips. I am a manager of video game production at the Pokemon Company International. So my mission is to pave the way for those who come after me and to kind of just speak my truth so that hopefully it will help anyone else who's neurodivergent, who's disabled, who is non-binary, and who may find any crumb of wisdom in the words that I have to say. I think that I wish somebody would have told me in my younger self that it's okay to fall down and that it's okay to ask for help and that the weight of the world is not on your shoulders, no matter how much the pressure may feel like it is. I think not just for people like myself, but for anyone who's new and coming to the industry, even though we say that it's okay to ask for help and that it's okay to fall down, We don't necessarily provide the best tools for saying, how do you go about that? Where is the balance between not looking weak, especially for those of us who are non-binary or women in the industry, of when you do ask for help? And also, how do you ask for help while still maintaining collaborativeness? So I'm going to say that one more time. How do you ask for help while still being collaborative? How do you state a problem, but then also make sure that it doesn't look like you don't have an answer if somebody was going to ask it for you? So I think that's something that we can do a better job of, so that people feel empowered to ask for help, feel empowered to fall down, just all about feel good about failing, because that's the pathway that we're going to get to success. Right now today, one of the reasons why I'm at GDC is because I realized that I haven't been as vocal as I have been about my own experiences. And I think my own PTSD and my own trauma has kept me quiet. And I realized that if I want to make change and if I want to see change, then I need to speak up and I need to be a part of the change and I need to create change. The only way that action occurs is if people step forward and do something about it. So if I believe in something, then I need to be the precipitator of the change.
Hi, I'm Carolina Ellis. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Tidepool Games. My mission personally is to build a better games community. I've done that so far by creating a Vancouver Games Founders Group in Vancouver, Canada. I wish I knew before starting in this industry just how much I would learn along the way and all the amazing people I would meet. And back to the learning, because I've been doing this for 18 years now, and I continue finding new things that I want to learn, new things that are interesting to me. Recently started doing some work in Unreal, which I never thought I would. Enough of the mentorship opportunities. While I love mentorship, I don't think that that's the right way forward for women who are leading companies. I think more sponsorship, more kicking in doors and making introductions, and give me the money. Let me cook, essentially, right? Well, mentorship is great. It's not always appropriate, and assuming that someone needs mentorship before anything else is not the right thing. So if somebody tells you that they need funding, don't offer them mentorship. It's not the same thing.
Hi, my name's Nicole Stephan Smith. I'm the CEO and founder of Pixel Vixen Global, helping companies make game production less complex. Something that I wish I would have known when I first started in the industry, it was 15 years ago, is that a lot of times I felt like I was not enough of this or too much of that. And I was successful, and I've been successful because I am too much of that and not enough of whatever that else is. So instead of worrying about if I'm making other people happy by leaning into my strengths, I'm just going to lean into my strengths and not worry about it. My mission is to empower minorities and aspiring entrepreneurs and game producers to understand it's okay not to have all the answers, and give them skills and guidance at an earlier point in their career, because in our industry, it is quite challenging to find the dream job if you don't have the experience yet. I run a lot of mentorship groups for aspiring game professionals or those already in the industry. I also provide a lot of ad hoc mentorship, just one-on-one, and do group resume reviews just to give people, some additional perspective on, hey, as a hiring manager of the last, 12, 13 years, here's what I would perhaps consider outside of like AI assisting as an actual hiring manager. Here's what I would suggest. Enable us to continue being loud and not silencing the strengths that we have, and representing diverse opinions in diverse ways. There's no cookie cutter approach to making great games, and those voices need to be heard from everyone, regardless of gender, identification, and just really lean into our diversity instead of leaning away from it.
Hello, everybody. My name is Alina Matson, and I am the CEO and co-founder of Glossbird Games. At Glossbird, our mission is to create games that make people feel better. My personal mission is to show that anyone can become a game developer. You do not need to come from the games industry. If you have a passion for games, you can join us. I wish I knew actually how open the community is. When I first started coming to events and things, I was really scared to talk to people. But once you start chatting with people, you realize like some games people are some of the most friendly people out there. I'm tired of the industry just giving women advice. Some of us, we don't need advice anymore. We need money. We need capital. We need things to help us actually scale and grow our studio. So that's what I would like to see.
Hi, I'm Kate Chan.
And I'm Lera.
And we are the co-founders of Psychic Reality Studio.
Yeah, and so our mission is to tell the stories with authentic way through XR and VR experiences. Yeah, I guess it's more about the sharing our stories, our personal stories with the, I guess, world, and show all the artistry that the tools can provide, and I guess work with that.
What do you wish you knew before you started?
Well, what I wish we knew before we started our company is what to do, where to get funding, the whole process, who do we go to, what do we say, the whole world of investing, like what is the difference between VC investors, angel funding, seed. We're still figuring that out, and we kind of just wish that there was a resource or one place for us and for games in particular and the VR industry on what to do.
Yeah. I would say it's a lot about, again, repeating the word authenticity, and opportunity to create personal experiences. And I guess another thing is sounds not chasing money, but actually chasing the authentic experiences and creation and art in the industry.
Yeah.
Rather than just making the product that already exists and just making money. Yeah.
And I guess if I can say one last thing is, along with the authenticity, is I want to say you don't need to work for a large company or corporation to build your dream game or the game that you have in mind. There's a lot of resources out there. It's really accessible now to use Unreal or Unity to find people to build the product that you want now as an indie game studio. And you can just, if you have a great idea, do it. Follow your dreams. We're doing right now, the two of us. Just do it and build it and get it out there and just try, because I think that is the most important thing. Just try to do it and spread the word.
Hi, everybody. My name is Kate Mitchell. I'm the head of quality assurance at Side. My mission is continuous improvement. I'm a really big fan of a growth mindset and finding ways to improve not only in work, but in personal life and who we all are as people. Oh my gosh. What I wish I knew before I started was that people want help to fix things. People want help. People want to know what I think. I was really convinced that nobody wanted to know what I thought. But once I started, it took me so long to start sharing what I thought and what could be improved upon and my ideas to fix processes and solutions. And once I started sharing, my career started exploding. It was really, I don't know, it sounds so simple, but it's so hard. It's funny, I don't often think about how the industry can better serve me. I want to serve the industry. I do. I really struggle with the concept of how the industry could better serve me. I want to give and I want to support where I can help people that want to be in this industry. I want to find ways to be more involved. And that's why I signed up to do this, is it's hard to put yourself out there and to help in the industry. I don't see a lot of women in quality assurance in general. QA isn't a discipline that has a lot of women, and I love showing how much fun it can be and how exciting of a discipline it is. Yeah, sharing my experience and the strength I've gained as a person in getting to find what's wrong in things.
Hi, I'm Shagufta Khan, co-founder of Second Quest, a young indie studio from India. My mission is to make games that create legacy and make lots and lots of people really happy.
What do you wish you knew?
That I could start, that I could have gotten to this much earlier. So I was in television and I did not realize gaming is a career that I could be in, and it took some great male allies to help me understand that I have all the skills that are transferable, and that I can be a great contributor to the gaming industry. I was a little nervous, but when I saw what you were trying to do and get all these voices out there, I thought I'd want to be a small part of this big initiative, because hearing women like that helped me get courage, because I'm new to the gaming industry, and the more I try and put myself out there, no matter how hard it is and how scary it is, it helps, and every day is a little bit better. So that's why.
I'm Becka McIntosh. I am the general manager of Beyond Effects, and my personal mission is to help level up the presence of women in the gaming industry. And my studio's mission is to be an artist founded by artists for artists, working on the most amazing projects and building world-class real-time visual effects. I wish I knew that there were other women that I could talk to, that even though they maybe seemed like they weren't approachable, I should have talked to them, asked for help, asked for a friend, asked for like a crawl under the desk buddy and like just cry with. And I made it when I first started in the industry, I would be that person for others because I didn't see it for myself. And I never gave myself the permission to ask. So I wish somebody had knocked on my head and say, you can have it too. For the longest time, I've been building teams. So I've been in the industry over a decade. I've been running operations for a couple of decades. And it's all male dominated. And there's amazing people, but there's not enough women. And when I saw a group of women going, let's do this, I was like, yes, let's go. The more that there is of that, the better it is going to be for the future generation, like my daughter. I think listen, be open-minded, and understand that it's okay to accept that something's wrong and admit it and then fix it. Nothing's ever going to be perfect, but we can't evolve just with the women leading the way. We need our allies, and the allies need to be public allies, not just behind closed doors allies that are there for you, but hey, maybe it's a little inconvenient to say this publicly, so I got your back, but do it on your own. Like, I think we need everyone to acknowledge it's okay that it's not okay, but we can't move forward without each other.
Hi, I'm Zoe Curnoe. I am the CEO and founder of Lumina Leadership, which is a boutique executive and leadership coaching firm for the video game industry. Oh, and my mission is to create better, self-aware, amazing leaders in this industry and help them navigate complex change and the changing dynamics of what's happening in this industry, and to let them know that they don't have to go it alone. I've been in games for over 20 years as a production leader and operations leader, and I started my own company as well with a few co-founders, and just through that experience saw a lot of people struggling the same things that I was struggling with, and went, oh, I think I need to spread this knowledge that I have and my coaching skills, which I got trained in executive coaching as well, and to combine that with my leadership skills I already had to spread that knowledge around and to help people. What I wish I knew was that I could be myself and I didn't have to change to fit into someone else's cardboard cutout version of what a leader is in the video game industry, and to be true to my own integrity and values, and I would still succeed. Yeah. I think being aware that if you are in a room and you don't look like everyone else in that room, it already sets you at a feeling of disadvantage, and to pay attention to that and to invite that person into the room and to speak and to talk and to support them, because sometimes you might not know that they're silently struggling, and to just let folks know on every team and everyone that we work with that we care as leaders about them. We want them to be there, and that we're all there to help each other.
I have a final surprise question.
Go for it.
So what made you decide to share your voice today?
I want to keep having these conversations no matter what is happening in the world and the political climate. And I think we can't be silenced, and we need to keep supporting each other and keep lending our voices to help those who are now coming up in the industry.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
So thank you from the bottom of my heart to everyone who showed up to be interviewed during GDC. I know that throughout your busy schedules, it was tricky, but you made it work. And your gift, I do not take that lightly. So, as usual, I'm your host, TaSh. Thank you for tuning into Cheat Codes. For more info on Women in Games International, please check out our website at getwiggy.com. And we are GetWiggy on all platforms. Thank you so much. Until next month.